I'm really appreciating the weather today. It's beautiful. The clouds look like, I don't know, horses who have run through a field and left loads of dust. And the air is cool today. It's not really hot. It's not really cold. It's just cool. It's cooling me down, cool on my skin. Feels great. Love the sounds out here as well. All the birds have proper come alive. It's very atmospheric out here today. It's gorgeous. Can't get enough of it. Really glad I came out. I've been thinking a lot though about how it only gets crazier from here. What do you mean, George? Explain yourself. Okay, I'll explain myself. It only gets crazier from here. And I'm speaking about the current state of affairs. I'm talking about living in the 2020s, right? It's 2025 and it feels crazy, doesn't it? What with the elections, technology, AI, virtual reality headsets that you can put on your face and you get zapped into a different reality. They're talking about microchips in your brains and all sorts of things. Everything's fast news. You go on your phone, social media inundates you, people all over the world telling you different things. That's good, that's bad, that's healthy, that's not. Flooded with information. We're living in the age of podcasts where you can do what you're doing now, which is just listen to someone somewhere talking about stuff. And it's going into your subconscious and it's going to affect your decisions in the future, etc. So much is going on, so much is happening. It feels crazy. But it's only going to get crazier. The thing is, a lot of people in the world now are complaining about the state of the world, complaining about the current affairs, complaining about technology and where it's going and where it's advancing to. But people are going to look back on this time and smile. Just like we look back on the 90s, the 80s, the 70s and smile. Just how we look back to the 1800s where people dressed different. You know, they didn't have all this technology and they lived very simple lives. You know, shoemakers, candlestick makers, horse and carriage, etc. We look back and we think, oh, that'd have been nice, wouldn't it, to have lived in those times? You wouldn't have had as many stresses, etc. Yeah, there'd have been some downsides as well with regard to not having access to, you know, certain medications, life-saving medication, whatever. But they're going to say the same thing about now. The 2020s, the 2030s, the 2040s. They'll look back and say the same thing. They'll say, do you remember when everyone just had regular cars where you could choose where to drive? You could literally have the freedom to drive anywhere you wanted. You could drive there or drive here. Because in the future, they will have electric cars. They're already making them, where you program in where you want to go and it takes you there. And there are certain places you can't go, certain places you can go. You know, when you're born, you're given to your parents, and that's it. You can be born at home, you can be whatever, hospital, doesn't matter. Right? You've got the option to be injected as a baby, if the parents want, but it's an option. In the far, far future, you won't have the option. You won't have the luxury of choosing. When everything is done through AI or robots or whatever, if this happens, it might not. We might go backwards, who knows? A meteor could hit a satellite and we all go back to dog eat dog world tomorrow, we don't know. But if the world keeps advancing in the way that it does, humans will become part human, part technology, part AI. There'll be some sort of microchip. There will. It'll be implanted in your skin, your brain, whatever. And you'll be able to connect to things just by thinking, just by blinking, just like in the films. You know, and it will feel great. It will feel great to just go into your house and think about some music you want playing, and then it plays. Right? There'll be no more wires to connect and to attach. You won't have to charge your phone anymore. Things are going to be very, very different. The school system will change. Building houses, all structures, all these things are going to change. Robots, AI, all these things are going to do so many different tasks for us. And in many ways, it will make life easier, better, more sustainable. But in many ways, it's going to be horrendous. And you think it's crazy now, it's only going to get crazier. You have the option to use this. You have the option. You don't have to go on social media. You don't have to watch the news. You don't have to answer those phone calls. You don't have to watch my video right now. You can choose. You can choose where you go on holiday. You can choose when you want time off work. You can choose where you want to work. You can choose which country you live in. You can choose which state or which county you live in. We have an abundance of choice. I'm very aware that a lot of people, including myself, get wrapped up in this whole idea that we are heavily controlled. And in many ways, yes, we are. Back in time, it was the same, but less. You know, you could just buy a plot of land and live off that. And people didn't really ask questions. Now it's way harder to do that, but it is still possible. But it only gets crazier from here. There will be a time where you won't have a choice with regard to this technology, AI, whatever you want to call it. There will come a time where you won't be able to choose. And honestly, I don't think it's going to be in our lifetime. I don't even think it's going to be in our kids' lifetime. I don't. You might think otherwise, and fine. You might be right, I might be wrong. I'm open to that. But I've seen the advancements of technology from when I was a kid to now being 29 years old. And while it has been tremendous and quick, it hasn't been as quick as some people thought, you know. A lot of people thought back in the 90s, there's interviews with kids saying, what do you think it's going to be like in the year 2030? And they're talking about flying cars and teleportation and all of this crazy science stuff. But the reality is, you know, we've invented phones, we've got AI, which is cool, you know, a lot of stuff is online now. People have online businesses, people can phone call someone the other side of the world. It's great. It's advancing quickly, but not quick enough to worry too much just yet. But it only gets crazier from here. And what I'm trying to say to you is I'm trying to provide you with some comfort to realize that, yeah, while we do live in a world that seems chaotic, we also live in a world that is immensely peaceful and free. You can make so many choices, and it's all you. It's all down to you. What do you want to do? Where do you want to live? Who do you want to be? Who do you want to connect with? Who don't you want to connect with? What kind of videos do you want to watch? What kind of information do you want to feed yourself? What kind of information do you want to download? What music do you want to listen to? You get the choice. You've chosen to listen to my video today. That was your choice, not mine. One day, you won't have a choice but to download information from the media, right? Media, stemming from the Greek word Medea, which was one of the gods who was cunning and deceitful, right? I don't watch the news, and it brings me so much peace. I spend more time out here than I do listening to the garbage online, listening to other people's opinions online. I don't do it. Do it occasionally, but don't do it anywhere near as much as I do it out here. And that's because I have the freedom, I have the luxury to do so. You can choose. Yes, it's crazy on here. It's crazy, but it's only going to get crazier. I can put the phone down. I don't even have to have a phone. I can choose what kind of phone I have. I can choose what podcasts I listen to and don't listen to, what products I buy and don't buy, what nutrition I put into my body and don't. One day they'll put it in a little capsule. They will. They will do it. Go back 500 years and look at what life was like. Dramatically different to how we live now. It was a lot worse as well, George. In many ways it was. In many ways it was. There's a lot of things in the past that weren't around that are now, that are absolutely catastrophic for our health, our physical health, our mental health. Right, the stats are mad on health. The stats are scary on health. Human health is appalling. And we need to reconnect with nature. We need to get out into nature. We need to enjoy ourselves. We need to laugh. We need to sing. We need to dance. We need to embrace our uniqueness and our beauty. We need to keep doing the things that we want to do because we can. If you don't want to watch the news, don't watch it. Don't put the radio on. Don't scroll on TikTok and Instagram Reels. Don't do it if you don't want to. If you want to do it, do it. If you don't want to, don't do it. If you don't want to eat a certain way, don't eat a certain way. If you don't want to be around those people, don't be around those people. If you're sick and tired of your job, find another one. Keep going until you find one that you absolutely love. We have a lot of freedom. We have a lot of choice. We have a lot of opportunities. It only gets crazier from here. You think it's crazy now. It's only going to get crazier from here. That's why I'm not having kids, George. No. Have kids. Have kids. Get married. Keep it traditional. Build a better world. We don't know what the future's going to necessarily look like, but it will get crazier. Your kids aren't going to be turned into crazy robot machines. They're not. They're not. Technology is advancing, but it's not advancing fast enough for you to worry about that at all. If anything, your kids will live potentially an easier life than you, a safer life than you. Statistically now, it's the safest time to be alive in human history. Now, whether or not that stat is legit or it's been tampered with, I don't know, but I can believe it because I'm sat out here in nature. I don't have to worry about bandits. I don't have to worry about getting robbed. I don't have to worry about being held at gunpoint and giving them my trousers. Like, I could stay out here all evening and be fine. I could probably pitch a little tent out here and be fine. It's so cool. It's great. But it's only going to get crazier from here. Things will be put in the ground one day so that the locals will know I'm here. He's still there. Get rid of him. Sorry, you're on our land. Since when was it your land? It's always been our land. Okay, I didn't know. Sorry. You got to get off. How did you know? We tracked you. It's only going to get crazier from here. Enjoy your life. Enjoy this world. Enjoy the peace. Enjoy the relaxation. Enjoy the freedom. Life's pretty cushy. Life's pretty good. Life's pretty happy. Life's pretty joyful. You can choose. Trust me, so many people over the years have come to me with so many worries and stresses from stuff they've read about on here, from stuff that they've watched on the news, from stuff they've heard on the radio. And I say, look, I can't give you my opinion because I don't put myself in that world. I don't listen to the radio. I don't watch the news. I don't feed myself with toxicity. I don't allow it. I don't allow that existence for myself. I'm better than that. I'm absolutely stronger than that. I have more love for myself than that. I wouldn't want to put myself through something so damaging and soul destroying, heart-wrenching, terrifying. I was in a car recently as a passenger. I'm normally the driver, but I was a passenger. And someone put the radio on. I started laughing because it was comically negative. It was comically negative. It was funny how negative it was. I wasn't laughing at the bad things they were saying. I was just finding it funny how there wasn't an ounce of positivity. Like none. Zero. It wasn't like bad thing, bad thing, bad thing, bad thing, bad thing. Now let's finish on a positive thing to make everyone feel good. And by the way, new advances in medicine. People are getting cured from this. New advances in health. We've discovered that eating this food every day expands your life and destroys certain cancer cells growing in your body and reduces your risk of getting Alzheimer's. You know, eat grapes every day. Grapes are so good for you. We'll leave you with that good bit of information. None of that, nothing. It was just, your life is bad, your life is terrible, your country's the worst, this president is ruining everything, your prime minister was terrible, you voted him in, it's your fault. And at the same time, all these people are coming into your world, and immigration, it just went on and on and on. And I was laughing because I was like, what is this? This doesn't exist in my world. I'm not saying it's not happening, by the way. I'm not saying it's not happening. I'm saying it doesn't exist in my world. If I wanted to get into politics, I'd be doing that. If I wanted to take care of problems, I would get into that. I would fight for it. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in living a happy, enjoyable life. That's because you're privileged, George. Maybe. I'm embracing it though. It's bringing me love. It's bringing me joy. It's bringing me peace. It is grounding my spirit. I smile all the time. I wake up happy. I go to bed happy. Smiling, joyful. I have lovely dreams. I'm a happy person and I love it. And we all deserve to be happy. You deserve to be happy. You don't deserve a lot of the things that you're putting yourself through. It only gets crazier from here. Enjoy your life while it lasts, because everyone's hourglass is a different size. You never know when yours is going to run out. It might run out tomorrow. It might run out next week. It might run out when you're in your 90s or 100 years. We just don't know. And we need to immerse ourselves in gratitude and positivity and appreciate that it only gets crazier from here. You think it's crazy now, it only gets crazier. Enjoy your time while it lasts. And I know there's a lot of bad things happening in the world, but there's a lot of good things happening as well. And when you focus on the good things, life becomes bliss. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Please like the video if you learned something today or you felt good about yourself, because then I can see how many people are watching, how many people are liking the content. Really helps. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. I make at least 2 videos every week, long ones like this, and then I upload Monday to Friday on shorts. So I make a short video just to make you feel better about your day, spreading a bit of positivity. Leave a comment down below if you want to share something about the state of the world or how you get through these crazy times, but also potentially reflect on the fact that it's only going to get crazier. So actually, you know, if I was born 50 years from now, I might look back on the 20s and be like, you know what, they seem like a good time to be alive. So why not enjoy it? Why not embrace it while it's here? Keep being present. Thank you for watching.